Parents, I want to tell you about a brand new app called the Yolo app. This is a safety guide. My name is Josh Ochs. I travel the country on behalf of smartsocial.com, protecting children and teaching them how to shine online. Now, this is a new anonymous app that is basically like a third-party app on top of Snapchat, even though it's not owned by Snapchat. Here's what Yolo marketing says. Receive honest messages. Now, this woman is on Snapchat and she says, type your message here and send. You basically can swipe up to send an anonymous message. Students will often think that in their stories, people are going to reply positively. And that's the problem here. It's anonymous. The downside drastically outweighs the upside. Share your link and let your friend tell you what they think. Your friends tell you what they think. Reply directly in your stories. So it's very interactive and dangerous. Now you're thinking, oh, this isn't popular. It's top of the charts. YOLO is number one, Instagram, then YouTube, then Gmail, and everything else. Now, what is this app? Well, YOLO, Anonymous Questions, is an app that allows users to add an Ask Me Anything sticker to their Snapchat story. So within the app, you can kind of swipe up and get feedback, as you can see right over here. Now, when a user posts an Ask Me Anything sticker in their Snapchat story, viewers can swipe up to open the YOLO app and ask a question. Users log into the YOLO app with their Snapchat login details, which is a privacy concern in my opinion as well. The app allows users to review questions privately. Then the user chooses which questions they want to answer and who to share that answer with on Snapchat. As parents, with the wisdom that you have, this should raise a little bit of a concern that people can write your students anything, and it can be bad. Now, answers are usually posted with a selfie. The YOLO app was built using the Snap Kit, which is a software creation platform built by Snapchat. And Snapchat's trying to keep their users and build up and make it more addictive. Trust me, they're losing users and they're trying to build it up. So this means the app works seamlessly within Snapchat, a platform teens know and love. And Snapchat's just trying to hold on to that because Instagram is trying to steal students and eyeballs. Now, I give free live webinars all the time. I hope you'll join my next one. If you've missed it, you can unlock it, learn the 5 positive examples of students using Instagram to build a portfolio. You can click the links below to learn more. Join my next one. I do them all the time at smartsocial.com. Now, why should parents care about this new YOLO app? Well, the app is incredibly popular with teens. Within the first week of launching it, it became number 1 in the App Store. It's being compared to Yik Yak, Whisper, and Sarahah, all anonymous apps, and that's what puts them in our red zone. Criticized for promoting bullying, all these other apps. Sarahah and Yik Yak were removed from the App Store due to bullying and other really bad stuff. Now, why should parents care? It can bring out the worst in some teens and tweens when they feel like they can ask their friends any anonymous question without having to take responsibility for their words, so their friends don't have to take responsibility. Now, if your child is seeking validation from strangers, it's a little bit of a red flag, and I really want you to start that dialogue with them and maybe realize that they're looking for some positive affirmation. That's something you guys can work on together to keep your kids away from dangers. Now, what are these dangers? Well, here's what TechCrunch says. I'll just cut to the good stuff or the bad stuff. YOLO is vulnerable to being used to spread hate speech and bullying. Next, Fast Company says YOLO does warn users that it has no tolerance for objectionable content or abuse of users before they can start answering questions. But when have teens ever followed rules in mass, says Fast Company. Okay, now what can parents do? Will be on the same apps as your children. If your kid uses Snapchat, set up an account, spend time on the app, and have them make sure to teach you how it works. That's the biggest key we can give you. Get familiar with where private messaging happens on the app and monitor them regularly. You will always be the best tool for keeping your kids safe. You see, there's no real safety app other than parents dialoguing, counselors, teachers, and principals looking out for students. Now, next, what can parents do? Talk to your kids and remind them that they do not need honest feedback from strangers and that the people that truly love them are usually in the same room as them. Teach your children to avoid gossiping both offline and online, even if they're anonymous, and anything that is anonymous, parents, is usually a fad. This will be hot for 1 month and then it'll die down. Hot for 1 month. App developers, if you build an anonymous app, you'll be hot for a month. You'll lose users. You will have put $1 billion in. I warn you, you will go down because people like us are out here to show students this is not viable. This is not good for human nature. So I challenge you, app developers, build something that actually has the students in mind. This app does not. Discuss the dangers, parents, of anonymous apps and how they can have an impact on real life, anxiety, depression, and everything else. Follow our suggestions to help your child prepare for the responsibility of being on social media. That means at the age of 0 to 13, as I travel the country as a public speaker for smartsocial.com, you can go to smartsocial.com, click the link above and have a dialogue with us to see if we are the right fit. 0 to 13, we tell people your students should be private online on social media. That means that we cannot Google them and find out where you live, where your kids are at, what Starbucks they're at certain days, who their friends are. But by the age of 13, it's time to have a digital safety cell phone contract and have a family discussion regarding what should be public someday on social media. So that at 13 and 14, as I travel the country, we build a private portfolio with students and post their volunteer photos, their accomplishments, their projects, and work on their messaging, their activities, their projects, their passion, their portfolio, and all these things privately, so that by the age of 15, they can start to make their portfolio public with their parents behind them, rooting for them, as a website that helps students shine online to build a resume that colleges will eventually, a couple years later, be able to find as a positive footprint for students. And I know you're thinking, I just want to know about this bad Yolo app. It's so much more, my friends. It's all about building a progression and a long-term plan of how do we use these devices in a way that helps the student tie it to their real identity so they can be positive, confident, kind online, and they can feel like they're building upon something they already have. And that's what the Yolo app does not do. Now, I want you to consider joining one of my next live webinars. Click some of the links below. Become a part of my family. I've got a whole team that's here to protect you, and we also have a mentorship package. If you need one-on-one, you can set up a free consultation with us. Click the link below. You're going to learn more about that, and on our live events, we talk about that. We want to make sure that you are on a trajectory of keeping your kids safe. I have so much more. I want to walk you through just really quickly how we might be able to protect your family. Stay tuned here right now. You can join one of our bigger events up top. You can also learn about our content on our speaking page. Just at least take some of our content and for free, take a peek at it. We'll mentor you, or schools, you can bring us to your city with the Hire Us button. Also, this free big webinar is automated. It's daily, and you get to dive into some of my very, very best stuff. It's really more like a micro course. It's more than a webinar. We also have the popular teen apps where Yolo will live in the red zone. The green zone is a place where you start. You have to read all this, but it's important to note the gray zone, the red zone, and the dangerous social media challenges, which you have probably heard of. And the green zone walks you through apps that are a starting point, not safe, a starting point. I see green zone apps like a park. If you're there with your kids during the daytime and they're playing in sight and you're in the same park as them, then they are more inclined to be safe and you're going to have fun as a family. But if you let your kids go somewhere at night without you there, then it's never safe. No matter how great that park is, it's not safe if you're not there with your kids, monitoring and being there with them. Guys, I'm Josh Ochs. I'm so thankful that you'd consider watching this video. Click the links below. Please be a part of our family, because together we can do some amazing things. We can protect your kids, your community, your school, and everything else. Our enthusiasm is here to serve you. I'm Josh Ochs, the author of books called Light, Bright, and Polite that we use to protect people all over the world in multiple continents. You can click some of the links below as well to pick them up on Amazon for as little as $10. Thanks so much for supporting us. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.